Oh, no more than any other loss. I mean, any competitor hates losing at any time, but I've often said in these press conferences that we do focus so much on what we put in place and the process we put in place, and the result and the outcome is secondary to that. So if I'm true to my word on that, I think there were more positives to come out of today than negatives. But we sit here bitterly disappointed because we didn't get the result. So it's probably a pretty accurate reflection on where we're at. We're improving. We've improved a lot of areas, but we're not quite there yet. So we've just got to keep working really hard on that.
Does that mean processes you were happy with, but the finishing just wasn't there? Not just kicking for goal?
Oh no, every aspect. I mean, I think the stats will tell a distorted story of the way the game is played, because they had probably 100 more odd possessions than we did, even though contested possession was probably bang on even. It was a really competitive effort from both teams in that regard. But last time we played St Kilda in the last year, I mean, we haven't been able to get the ball inside 50. We haven't been competitive against them at all. Whereas I thought the second half had a real feeling of we were attacking them and they were defending with everything they had. And I still regard them as probably the best defensive unit in the competition. So, to get the ball inside 50, 53 times, to really have that feeling of attacking them, and they had to. I think we were coming at them, but that's why they've been in the last two grand finals, or the last three grand finals, because they're so good defensively, and they held up again.
There was a sense that you felt like they did drop off work rate and they fatigued a little bit in that last quarter, and you guys compressed because of that?
A little bit, and I think that's really pleasing from our perspective, because I think almost every game we played in last year, including the 11 wins, we were hanging on for dear life in the last quarter. So we've worked really, really hard as a footy club on that conditioning aspect, and full credit to our conditioning and medical staff, because they've done an absolutely fantastic job this year with our players. And a lot's been spoken about our injuries, but what's not spoken about is most of them were pre-season injuries and injuries that had happened in the past, and now we're well above the AFL average in terms of players available, and the players who are out there, most importantly, are really well conditioned. And I think to be able to come at a more experienced side like St Kilda were tonight, then I think that shows good signs. But we're still not there, and we know that.
You spoke about how there are a lot of good signs, and you saw a lot of things you've been trying to get in place that were either there or nearly were there. But overall, what's your emotion after you're overriding? Is it frustration, or is it a little bit of disappointment that one you could have snagged at the end? How are you feeling?
Well, it's a bit of disappointment, because you play to win. I mean, we absolutely play to win, but as a coach, you can't let your emotions override the facts, and you've got to look at what you did well, what you did poorly, and where you can improve. So, there's no point getting emotional about it. Though at times it is an emotional game, so you do get emotionally invested. But we've got to look at the facts, and the facts are that we're on the right track. I think our players are really confident in what we put in place, but we're not quite professional enough in the really key moments to get the job done.
You do play them again this year.
Yeah.
Is there a sense that you've made a big step towards them this time, what you've done, and that next time that this could be a learning process for that next time?
My honest belief is that we'll be better again next time we play them. But I'm also conscious that Lenny Hayes is a player that I rate, right up there in the top echelon in the AFL. So, they were missing him, and I think that makes a difference to their side, no doubt. And but they've still got a lot of really talented players in there, and they showed again why they're good players. But I think we'll keep improving. I'm looking forward to the next time we play them.
That the 5-goal surge late in the second term, is there anything you actually put that down to, or was it a drop off in concentration, or was it just a matter of the ball going their way for that period?
Oh no, the free kick off the ball. When we're sending the ball inside 50, 50-metre penalty. Goddard slipped on the outside and kicked a trademark goal from 55 on the boundary. Those are. We'll have a really close look at that 6-minute period. But we printed off our stats before half time. They look really good. We went down at half time and they were actually terrible, because 6 minutes later the game's starting to slip away. But we really felt that that for the most part, we were playing some pretty good footy, and we were really confident we could get back in the game. We got back in the game, but just not enough to snatch the victory.
Cameron Pedersen's effort in the second half on Leroy, that must have been pretty heavy.
Yeah, really happy. He's a unique player, Pedo, because he can play forward, he can play back, and he can play in the ruck, and he competes really well in all three positions. So I thought he did a terrific job in the second half, and we thought we needed to just make a slight change to our forward structure, and Lockie Hansen came in and had an immediate impact as a forward, and Pedo did a terrific job as a defender. So they're both key position players. They're not forwards and they're not defenders. They're just key position players.
Did you get any injuries?
None to report. No.